Listomania.
Hey everybody, it's the Law Gnome and welcome to this month's edition of 10 for 12, and I've got two very special treats that go along with this video. One, we're going to be talking about Pops today. Two, it's not going to be just me talking about Pops today. This is actually going to be one of two collaborative videos. I am working with Ashley and Mark from Nerd Therapy today, formerly known as Cults and Cubs Fan. A little bit about them: they are pop collecting and pop news extraordinaires. I've been following them for almost 2 years, and they always come to me with these amazing, personality-filled, vibrant videos, and they just have a passion for Pops. If you watch my Pop updates, I may be passionate, but these two really take the cake in regards to people who just love their Pops, and I'm really happy that I'm going to be doing a video with them today. The topic is Pop rides. If you're taking a look at my Back to the Future shirt, it actually features one of the Pop rides, and that is the DeLorean, which was number 2 in the Funko Pop ride set. While this is a collection that is slowly growing, it's also a collection that is growing on me because of the fact that now these Pop rides are featuring unique Pops that are only sold with the rides. So my mind's been churning. What other Pop rides are there that could be created in the world of Funko? I know that the head of Funko, Brian Marietta, has announced some really awesome Pop rides coming out this year, including things like the Crystal Ship, Lola from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the A-Team van. So, there are still some that I'm thinking about that really should become Pop rides, especially since these will also feature other lines that haven't even been introduced in the world of Funko. So, what are my top 10 Pop rides that I would like to see? Well, we'll get started on that, and when you finish watching this video, please take a look at the link provided below, which will bring you to Nerd Therapy's video. I'm very curious to see if we will have similarities, and if we do have differences, what will they be? Because this is, once again, a blind box video. Number 10 in my 10 Pop rides that I would like to see is the car that belonged to the Dukes of Hazzard. The orange car with the 01 on the doors that didn't open. They just slid right into the car to get away from all the authorities. I never watched the Dukes of Hazzard, nor have I ever seen the movie, but I do know that car. And everybody, at least if you've been alive for the last 40 years, 40 years, wow. You know that car. And that is just an awesome, colorful car that would be a great addition to the Pop Rides collection, and I'm sure people would want to get Dukes of Hazzard Pops as well. Number 9, I'm surprised we don't have the Electric Mayhem bus from the Muppets. We do have a Muppets Pop line. The Muppets line has kind of slowed. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to expand it because there's still so many Muppets that haven't been introduced to the Pop line. But the Electric Mayhem bus would be excellent to go with Dr. Teeth, or you can add another member of the Electric Mayhem, like maybe Floyd Pepper, or Janice, or Zoot, or even Animal if you wanted to. Because that is just an awesome looking bus, and especially if you remember the Muppet movie, that would be an awesome Pop ride to have in the Muppets collection. Number 8. This may be a little far-fetched, but how about Fred Flintstone's car? That is something that, if you have been watching cartoons all your lives, you loved Fred Flintstone's car. I'm sure that if some of you remember the Little Tikes red cozy coupe, and you made it move by dragging your feet across the floor, just like what Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble do in the Flintstones. I actually have Fred Flintstone's car, especially since the Hanna-Barbera collection is going to be expanding this year, and there is going to be a different Pop ride from Wacky Races that is going to be introduced this year. I would really like to see Fred Flintstone's car alongside that with a couple of other Hanna-Barbera related Funko Pop rides as well. Number 7, the Battle Tank from Thundercats. We already have a Thundercats Pop line, but the Battle Tank is definitely one of our favorites as Thundercats fans. I'd also like to see an expansion of the Thundercats line as well, because we don't have a Tigra yet, we don't have a Jaga or the Thunder Kittens, we don't have Slithe, Monkeyin, or Jackalman. Thundercats was one of the greatest things to ever come out of the 80s in terms of cartoons and television, so I would love to see a Battle Tank, and I wouldn't be surprised if it came with an exclusive Panthro figure. Number 6, I am sure that Nerd Therapy would appreciate this one. They already have the Adam West Batmobile. How about the Tumbler from the Christopher Nolan series. I mean, yeah, I could have possibly talked about the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton Batmobile, but there's something about the Tumbler that I absolutely loved. I guess it was just because of the fact that it was taken from the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns novel, and the fact that they went with that as far as the Batmobile for the Christopher Nolan trilogy was definitely cool. I would love to actually see that, and that would be a great excuse for Funko to re-release a Dark Knight trilogy Batman as well, because it's very hard to find anything that is related to the Christopher Nolan trilogy in Funko Pops on the shelves these days. Number 5, to go along with that Harry Potter rumor, how could you not ask for the Ford Angela from Chamber of Secrets? Will it come with 2 Pops, Harry and Ron, or could it possibly come with one of the Weasley twins, or maybe even Arthur Weasley himself, the guy who enchanted the car? I think that Harry Potter fans would love it because that was one of the staples of the Chamber of Secrets. I loved the scenes in the movie with the car, and the CGI was great. I think it would be awesome to actually have that alongside all of these possible Harry Potter Pops that may be coming to us very soon. Fingers crossed, let's hope. Number 4 is another Hanna-Barbera ride. The Mystery Machine. I am not the biggest Scooby-Doo fan, but I know how impactful Scooby-Doo was to Hanna-Barbera and to fans everywhere. After Scooby-Doo, there were so many Hanna-Barbera cartoons that revolved around teenagers solving mysteries. Speed Buggy, Josie and the Pussycats, Jabberjaw, Clue Club, Fangface, you name it. There were so many mystery-solving teenager Hanna-Barbera cartoons. They can all become Pops if Brian Mariano wanted them to, but I believe the Mystery Machine was such a staple in the world of Scooby-Doo, and a lot of people, even though the movies weren't so great, loved to actually get up close to the Mystery Machine. I believe there was also a Mystery Machine replica at Universal Studios when Universal owned the Hanna-Barbera line. Who will it come with? I'm guessing it'll either come with Shaggy or possibly Freddy or maybe even Scooby-Doo himself. But we're still waiting on those Scooby-Doo Pops, so let's see what happens in the coming years. Number 3? Who Framed Roger Rabbit's Benny the Cab. I had mentioned him when I first heard about Pop Rides and when I got Roger and Jessica Rabbit. Benny the Cab was so awesome in that movie, and I think that having a Benny the Cab Pop ride, I'd be interested in buying that one. While these rides may be glorified pieces of plastic, Benny the Cabs would probably have so much personality, and who will it come with? Roger Rabbit? Would it come with Eddie Valiant? He's not a Pop on his own yet. That would be a great reason to get my hands on Benny the Cab. Number 2, I don't think this should be a shock to anybody. Kit from Knight Rider with Michael Knight. You want to know what would be even cooler? If Funko made it talk. Record William Daniels' voice or find some archived recordings and have the Pop Ride speak. Now that's a little far-fetched, but who knows? Funko has been so successful over the past couple of years, and based on all of the news that we have all received, this franchise is incredible and it's growing like you never would believe. Why wouldn't they try and do something like having a talking Pop Ride? I think that that would be fantastic. Either way, I know there are so many people out there that would love to have Knight Rider Pops, and I think Kit would be a undoubtedly major collected Pop Ride. And my number 1, I don't know if it is a surprise or if it's not a surprise to you guys, but I have mentioned this before, I want the Mach 5 and Speed Racer. I would go out and buy that in a heartbeat. I love the Speed Racer movie from the Wachowskis. I have a miniature Mach 5 that I got in a cereal box. I have a Hot Wheels exclusive Mach 5. I took pictures of myself with the Mach 5 at an auto show in New York City. I want a Mach 5 Pop Ride with Speed Racer. I think that that is the greatest Pop Ride concept that I could think of, and I don't know anybody, especially anime collectors, who wouldn't want to get their hands on the Mach 5. So guys, that is my 10 Pop Rides that I would like to see. I'm very curious to know what your favorites might actually be and what you would like to see. I'm very curious about what Nerd Therapy's 10 Pop Rides that they would like to see are. So for now, guys, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much to Nerd Therapy for joining me on this collaborative 10 for 12. There will be a link to their video and their channel below, and don't forget to like them on Facebook. There will be a link to that as well. I'll see you in the next one, and actions speak louder than words.